Hi, my name is Gerhard Gschwandtner and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today we have the pleasure of meeting with Sandy Carter. She is General Manager for the Cloud Ecosystem.
How are you? Welcome. Thanks for having me.
I'd like to know more about how you use social media as a person, but also as a company.
I am considered a social business evangelist, meaning that not only do I use social, but I also teach others how to use social as well. I leverage it myself to form those really tight relationships with my clients. Gerhard, for instance, I was heading to London, and I tweeted that I was heading to London, and I had a CMO, a Chief Marketing Officer, who contacted me because they had been following me for 2 years, and I didn't even know that. And so they invited me over. I spent 4 hours with them going through IBM's social strategy. And we actually ended up closing a deal from a tweet. So the tweet started the whole deal. So that's kind of personally how I'm using it.
Right.
But as a company, we leverage social in so many ways. We leverage social for outreach. We leverage social for influence. So if you're a seller and you're great at a particular category, we help you to get connected on blogs, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, so that you also become an influencer, and therefore you're part of the community as well.
You used the word influencer just now. Is that the only role, or are there more roles?
I think there's a lot of roles. I think one is influencer. I think one is also connector, because I think there's a lot of value in a seller saying, oh, I hear you talked about this, so-and-so did that as well, let me connect you guys together.
Right.
I think there's a role as a content curator,
right.
Meaning that you are kind of like the hub for content, and you are a disseminator of that great content, whether it's a report from IBC, whether it's a new piece of research from IBM, that you're kind of that hub for content. And then I think that it's a relationship enabler as well. It enables you to reach so many more people than you would have been able to reach in a direct form.
So Sandy, how much time should salespeople spend on social media every week?
I purposely go in, and on my calendar, I put 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at lunch, 15 minutes in the evening. But because it's such a valuable tool for me, I use it throughout the day. So I use my mobile phone, and I will tweet a great fact, or if I see that my customer has done something, I'll congratulate them. It has become part of who I am and a part of the way that I communicate. So it's almost like saying, you know, how much time do you spend connecting with your customer? Well, of course, 100% of the time, right? That's what I want to do. I want to be in contact. So for someone who really, truly understands the value of it, you're going to spend more time than just that little 15-minute slot that you're taking throughout the day.
So what do you advise mid-sized companies? What should they do to create a social media strategy that's easy to execute?
I would start first, Gerhard, by listening. You know, what's being said out there? Figuring out the key words that are drivers to my business. So there's a tool I use called Hootsuite. They're actually a partner with IBM. And it enables me to pick out words, you know, a keyword on social, a keyword on networking, a keyword on content management. And I can do that across the board. I was just with a client who sells wine, and we picked up keywords for wine.
Right.
And I would just listen to the streams to see what's happening. And if I could just tell a quick story, there's a dry cleaner. I live in New York now. There's a dry cleaner, and he has established a great group of contacts in his local region who follow him on Twitter. And what he does is he tweets out, you know, how to get wine out of your coat. You know, what do you do with your Ugg boots in the winter? He has developed this huge following. And he tracks how many people now follow him on Twitter and then come into his store. And he's generated about 17% new clients, not by selling them something, but by becoming the expert on his business and sharing knowledge.
Tell me about the mindset shift that's necessary to be a good social seller.
Well, you know, I was just actually speaking to a group of sellers, and, you know, they started saying, oh, well, we sell B2B, we sell P2P. And I'm like, no, wrong mindset. There's no more B2B. There's no more B2C. It's people to people, right?
Right.
And so I think one of the first mind shifts that you have to go through is, you're not selling to a company. You're selling to a person.
Right.
in the company. And so social can help you reach that person. It helps you form a relationship. And so if you deal with social and you shift your mind to, this is something that I can use to reach the person, that's valuable. The second mind shift is I see lots of people go, oh, that's what my kids do. That's nothing to do with business. Oh my gosh. Social is all about business if you use it in the right way. And so, that style of thinking is old school in my mind. And I think the third area of thinking is that a lot of sellers tend to say, oh, I have the relationship. But people today, they buy from people they know and people they trust. But the trust is built up because you have a skill. And social can demonstrate your subject matter expertise. It enables you to have a platform, a forum, to show your value. And that, in the end, is what people are really buying. They're buying the value and the trust that you deliver.
How do you recommend integrating that social know-how into an existing sales process?
One of the great ways that I would start is if you already have an established relationship, you could go out there and form a group, a community on social with all those folks that you know and share on a regular basis with them different types of content, see how they're doing, and really use that as kind of like your hub for your account. We're seeing a lot of insurance companies do this, real estate companies do this, really setting up these little communities so that they can interact with their clients better.
So any advice on what not to do on social media?
Yes. One thing is, don't just push your message out there, buy this, we're great. Right. You will get ousted. There is a community, there is a set of rules of engagement, and you will be kicked out faster than you know. The second thing I would say not to do is to fake it. Online, you've got to be authentic. And if you're not, people will know in a flash. So you've got to figure out what you want to portray and really do your research. Be a subject matter expert. Don't fake it. And the third thing is, don't delegate this. I know a lot of sellers who say, oh, I'll hire a summer intern and they'll be my social face. Oh my gosh, would you delegate your customer relationship to an intern? No. So don't delegate social to an intern. It's too important to your company and to your business to do that.
Wonderful. Well, Sandy, we have so much to learn from you. I really appreciate the time, and I hope we can do this again soon.
Thank you very much.